Hello. This is my video to try to apply to get some headphones for my future classroom. My name is Tripp Ivie. I am going to be an English teacher at Villarica High School in Villarica, Georgia. And this will be my first year teaching. As you can see, we're in post-planning right now. I hope that air conditioner is not so loud that you cannot hear me, but we're in post-planning. This is the room that I have been able to student teach in this year, and I had the absolute honor and privilege to get hired at the school that I did my student teaching at, and I will be starting next year for my first year. As far as why I started a career in education, both my parents were teachers, and I was an English major in college, and my mom wanted me to have a little bit of security along with being an English major. So I tacked on a secondary education certificate as kind of a background to be safe with. And my first day of student teaching, I knew that I was in something special. I had a background in youth ministry, but being able to work with youth day in and day out in teaching and seeing that express its way there, I felt like I was somewhere I really belonged. And have any other job, it would probably be if I could make it as a writer. I love to write short stories. I've found a passion for that. And if I could do that, I would love it. And mainly just because it's a way to share creativity with the world and to share even made-up life experiences and just being able to build empathy and build creativity in the world. As far as how kids are different now than 30 years ago, I think technology changes a whole lot. I also think kids are a lot more mature in some ways. And what I mean by that is sometimes maturity is decided by the things that you experience. And I think the experiences that students have, I think they're exposed to a lot more, a lot earlier in life now. So we're dealing with kids that look a lot older, that sound a lot older, that do mannerisms of something that 30 years ago you would not have expected a 16-year-old to act like a 16-year-old does. And so I think that the way that teaching becomes different 30 years ago is I think that you have to be able to meet them where they are. So sometimes that means saying, what kind of material are they ready for? Especially for me as an English teacher, as a literature teacher, saying what kind of material can they handle. I think it also comes down to saying, how do we integrate technology into this classroom? And obviously that's part of why I'm applying for this, because being able to tie in audiobooks, being able to tie in faux social media things of like, hey, let's do a character analysis by having a Twitter page for this character. And understanding that teaching has to be different when your students are different, and students rely on technology now. Students are engrossed in it, and so therefore being able to teach them in ways that are not totally dependent but technologically integrative is a huge, huge need. As far as what I would tell someone that wants to be a teacher right now after the last year, do it because you love working with youth, not because of money, not because of anything like that. And I know that is a generic piece of advice, but more so than ever before, would I say. Working a full 40-hour-a-week internship student teaching from January to about a week ago, I felt the full brunt of the fact that if you are not in this for students, then you will crumble. If you are not in this to work with students, to see them grow, to foster love, to foster learning, then you will crumble. It takes more than just being interested in the topic and being a decent teacher. It takes being able to love students and being able to know what their needs are and how to meet those needs in a classroom. And I think something that would help kids learn better, or something I would change to help kids learn better, is I think building an understanding of cultural awareness, of social awareness, and being able to know the kind of students that are walking into your classroom and have a better understanding of that. And also just in general, teachers teaching with love. I know that's corny, I know that's a first year answer, but I've seen firsthand this year students that I know pushed back against very, very, very authoritative teachers, that whenever I had spent a month or two fostering a relationship and saying, hey, when you come into this class, I want to meet you in this class. I want to see where you are here. I'm not going to use last week against you, and I'm not going to hold last class period against you. I'm going to meet you today, and I want you to offer me the best you've got, and we're going to go from there. And I think that sort of mentality of I'm going to meet you where you are, and I'm not going to let personal opinions and personal pettiness get in the way of those students, I think is what makes kids learn better, because they can tell when you care, and they can tell when you love, and they can definitely tell when you don't. But I believe that is all of my questions. With that, thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope to hear back soon, and thank you so much for even considering supplying my first year of classroom.